Okay, so Machine Shop 2 students, I decided to make Friday's lesson a little bit lower on the scale. We've been really burning through a lot of AutoCAD Fusion here this week. And so what I've done, I took yesterday's G-code that we created, just put it on a USB drive from my MacBook, and then I put it here into the CNC machine. And so once it's in the CNC machine, and Dina, if you would mind taking a look here, once it's in the CNC machine, you know, I have the program loaded onto our edit screen, and then we'll dump it into memory here in a moment. But it's really just that simple. Literally, I just had to put the USB stick in the machine and then put it into the program. We'll load this up here. I got just a piece of 3x6 aluminum rough cut that I cut out. And so I'm just going to put this in the vise, and once again, just like we had planned on, we have our 0, 0 set as this corner, and I already did a paper touch off on this to save some time here, so I'll load this up and put this in the machine. And we're going to be using cutting fluid, which we hadn't used with the previous parts, and I can probably turn that on. You can have a look at that here. Oops, a little bit messier than I thought. Cut. So, Dina, okay. Action. So, got it back together here, obviously, from the accident that occurred a minute ago. You can see the cutting fluid. We'll do a full bath on this, and the cutting fluid does two things. It helps clear out the chips, also keeps the end of the bit cool. This is basically an oil-soluble compound. So it's an oil that's mixed with water, and so it's got the advantage of having, you know, a really low viscosity of water, really thin, but also it has some lubricating qualities as well. So that's the advantage of using the cutting fluid. And we're going to be doing things at really high speed here. I mean, this bit's going to be spinning at 4,000 RPM. You know, with the mills, everything we were doing pretty much was under 1,000. So we're doing things really high speed here. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this thing on here. Might use a little bit more toward the bit. And of course, this thing does not have doors open. So we're going to run this program here. Cut. Action. Yep. Action. Okay, so I had an alarm on the machine there. I wasn't sure what it was for, but I just hit the reset button, and now we're up and running here. So I'm gonna go ahead and get our cycle going here. I'm actually going to, without getting wet here, I'm going to reposition our cooling or our coolant there, so it's pointing more at the bit. So I'm going to turn the spindle off and then turn the coolant off here quick and just try to get a little bit more aim on these things so our fluid's pointing at where we're actually going to be cutting. There we go. So you can see the bit coming down into the part here, and now we're actually starting our cut here. This program takes about 15 minutes to run. Dina, if you mind showing up here on the screen, I'd like the students just to see the program running through the lines of code. You know, this program has a little over 40,000 lines of code. So if you think about when you manually punched in the dice, you had about 15 lines. While the computer-generated code manually does, like I said, about 40,000 lines to do the nameplate that we want to do here. Okay, so through some TV magic here, we're going to get done really quick, and so I'm going to stop the program and take the part out here. Okay, and there we have our personalized nameplate. So when you come back to school, we'll have the program ready for you to put yours in the machine and cut yours out. Okay. All right. Thanks for a great first week, everybody. Cut.